Hello friends, welcome to our class today. We will work on heart opening practices, both in mindful meditation and in body movement, working on the opening of the heart at an energetic and also a physical level. My name is Tamara Vodovoz, and I am here with the University of California, Davis and the Live Well Department. Transmitting from Cali, Colombia, connecting with the UC Davis community and the world community at large. Welcome wherever you are tuning in from, and very happy to be able to share this practice with you today. So for our practice today, what we'll need is an open floor space and a comfortable surface on the floor so that you are okay with rolling around on the floor and have enough space, of course, as well. We'll need also some cushions or pillows, a blanket, or a thick towel. And we'll use that throughout the class, so definitely grab that. And we will also need a foam roller. Any kind of foam roller is okay. This one has texture, but it doesn't really matter, any kind of foam roller. If you don't have a foam roller, get creative. Find any kind of cylinder at home. A water bottle can work. And we will wrap it around in that blanket or thick towel so that it's not so harsh, it's not so hard. So there are options. So don't let that be your excuse to not join. So if you don't have a foam roller, you can grab a water bottle. Just make sure that's one of those solid water bottles, not a plastic one that's going to collapse, but either one of those hard Nalgene bottles or a metal water bottle works just fine. So usually on Mondays, I have a full mindfulness class where we have a long meditation. But I want now to combine our mindfulness with mobility. So today I've chosen the area of the heart to work on. And it can get really juicy, really deep. We just need to have this commitment to spend this time and really focus on the work so we can get really deep. So I hope you can join us for the full hour. So if you're watching this, if you're following this class after we are live, if you're watching the recording, please feel free to pause at any moment and observe, and then follow again. If you're watching it live, just do your best to not turn your head too much to look at the screen while we're doing some of the exercises. We're gonna lay on the floor, so try to keep your head neutral unless I explicitly tell you to turn your head. But it's very direct. It's directly connected. All these muscles here in the chest are directly connected. Right here under the collarbone, the sternocleidomastoideo, the SCM muscles of the neck. So when we turn, and you can see here how this muscle is activated. So just be mindful of that when we're doing the heart openings, to keep your head neutral. Okay, so let's begin. Usually I have us start in a seated meditation, but we're gonna lay down for our first meditation. So let's come to the floor with our cushions and our blankets. So I have 2 cushions here. You can use the pillows from the bed as well. That will work just fine. And I'm going to tilt us down a little bit, make sure that we are in frame. Okay. So let's open the blanket, if you like, so that we're very comfortable. I'm coming a little bit closer too. And we'll start on our back with a pillow right under our back. So we'll bring it very close to the hips, and the other pillow will support our head. Okay? And let's slowly lay back so that our hips are still on the floor, but our back is on the pillow. So it's nice and gentle. And if you have more pillows, you can bring them in. We want to be very, very comfortable. Now the foam roller is going to be very useful here to bring it under our knees. So we support either under our knees with a foam roller or with an additional pillow, and I will show that as well. So I'm going to bring in this additional pillow, and I'm even going to put it on top of the foam roller. See that? And look how nice and comfortable this is. So knees bent and relaxing back on the cushions. Open your arms out to the sides. Make sure you're very comfortable and centered. So you want to feel your shoulders even, your hips even, and your arms open also evenly. Turn the palms facing up and let your hands rest on the floor. You can go ahead and close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths here and let yourself settle in. We're going to stay here for a few minutes, so you can comfortably close your eyes now, and you won't need to change your body position for about 10 minutes. If you need to wiggle yourself in place, maybe adjust your hips a little bit, adjust your shoulders, whatever you need to adjust, go ahead and wiggle yourself into the most comfortable position possible. Take 3 long, deep breaths, exhaling through your mouth as if you were blowing out a candle. So blowing out slow and long through your lips, puckered up. I will come close to the camera to speak to you so that you can hear me nice and clear. But you will remain in this very relaxed position, just allowing yourself to fall deeper and deeper. Into this relaxation mode. So as we're laying here, we are already opening our heart. We are already in a heart opening position in our physical body. So go ahead and take another deep breath, inhaling and expanding your chest, expanding your heart. And allow the exhale to be gentle and soft. Take 2 more big inhales, focusing on expanding the heart, the chest. And now, keeping our focus on the chest area, on the heart area, imagine that with each breath, you are pulsing in and out, that your heart expands and radiates out of your chest with each inhale. And with each exhale, it comes back to center. It comes back to its point of origin. With your eyes closed, just continue to visualize this heart rhythm that is in tune with the breath. You can also imagine as you inhale and the chest expands and the space between the ribs starts to open up. You can imagine that light comes out through those spaces of the ribs. And as you exhale, the light comes back to the center. So as you inhale, the heart opens and shines through the ribs. And as you exhale, the light softens and brings the warmth back into your center. Let's continue this breath rhythm, visualizing the heart expanding and contracting back to its center point. With each inhale, those windows of the heart open up and brighten up the day as if the sun was shining through those windows. Opening to share its light with the world around you. And just like the sun, this light of the heart, this love and compassion for everyone shines, and it is not a love that is conditional. It is a light that shines on all beings, just like the sun. The sun shines its warmth, its light on the whole planet Earth and the whole solar system, unconditionally. The sun does not decide where it shines and where it does not shine. Your heart has the capacity to shine loving compassion on all beings equally, without judging and without choosing who it shines on and who it doesn't. Imagine how it would feel like to be able to see every living being with unconditional love and compassion. And the funny thing is, we don't have to like everyone, like how they are, agree with them. But we can still have compassion for them. And that's a condition, a quality of the heart that we can all cultivate. So imagine what it would feel like to not feel hate or contempt for anyone, but instead to feel love and compassion for everyone. How does that feel in your heart? And let's stay here with this, cultivating this feeling of an open heart that radiates the light of loving compassion on all beings for a couple more minutes. a deep breath. Exhale through your mouth. Slowly bring your hands to rest on your chest. Bringing full awareness to this area of our body. And slowly extend the arms up. Circle your wrist and your ankles. Spread your fingers and your toes. Bend the knees and lift the hips and wiggle your hips a little bit side to side. And slowly roll over to your side to come up to seated. And we'll move the cushions out to the side for now. And let's come to all fours to mobilize our spine here. Making all sorts of spinal movements. Going side to side, up and down. Circular movements. Whatever feels good in your spine. Come back to lay on our back. Nice and slow. Bend your knees, feet flat on the floor, about hip width apart. Open the arms out to the sides. Spread the fingers. And slide the hands down by your side, palms facing up. On your inhale, slide the fingers up, overhead, and lift the hips. Exhale, slide the arms back down as you lower the spine. Keep going with your breath. Moving the spine vertebra per vertebra. One more. And leave the arms out to the side. Separate your feet a little bit wider than the hips. And turn your knees side to side. Trying to keep both shoulders down on the floor. Bring your knees into into your chest. Hug them nice and tight. Take a deep breath. And exhale. Bringing your forehead to your knees, making a nice tight ball here. And release. Bring one of the cushions, and we'll place this cushion between our knees. Let's keep our hips and our knees bent at 90 degrees. Open the arms out to the side and slowly lower the legs, keeping the cushion in between them all the way to your left. And now we'll focus on the right side of our chest. So bring the left hand to the ribs and gently encourage the ribs to stay down. So instead of letting them pop up like this, we want to bring them down. Open the right palm and we'll bring it right by your side. Spread the fingers, palm facing up. On your inhale, reach the arm up overhead. Exhale. Slide it back down by your side. Keep going with the breath. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale. Coming back down. Let's repeat 5 times. Nice and slow. Taking the arms to the side, deep breath. On your exhale, bring the knees up and all the way to the other side. So we'll repeat. Now opening the left shoulder. With the right hand, lower the left ribs down. And let's start with the left hand right by your side. Inhale, slide the arm up overhead, trying to keep the fingernails on the floor as best as possible. Some of us will need to keep the arm a little bit elevated, and that's okay. So everyone on their own level of challenge, where you feel that you're really opening and extending the chest open. 5 more with the breath. Inhale to reach up, 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 lengthen, lengthen, reach through the fingertips. Exhale to slowly return the arm by your side. Returning to center, we can remove the cushion and roll over to come And then fully extend the arm at the end of your inhale. Exhale to reset the arm. Inhale to go to the other side. And keep going, alternating side to side. One more to each side. And release, shake it out. Shake out your head. And now we'll open up nice deep stretch right here in the center of our chest, our sternum, and our throat. So remember how these muscles are all directly connected. So for this position, we'll cross our arms in front of our chest with our hands resting on our shoulders. And then keep your knees about hip width apart. And come down to the elbows and walk your elbows forward. And keep your thighs vertical to the floor. Walk your elbows forward as much as you can. And then sit the hips a little bit back as you allow the chest to come down towards the ground. Rest your chin on top of your wrist. And breathe here. Inhale to come up, and now cross the other elbow on top. So switch, and chin on top of the wrist, hips back, and allow the chest to melt down to the floor. Slowly come out. Shake it out, wiggle it out as needed. And let's come into a downward facing dog. Pedal your feet, stretch it out. Take your feet wide as your mat. Bend the knees. Walk the hands back to the feet. Release your head, bend the knees to roll up to standing. And let's take a moment here to release the shoulders, rolling them back. And also to swing the arms side to side. Look all the way behind you. All right. And now for this one, we'll interlace our fingers like this. And if by any chance you cannot reach behind you, I'm going to use a puppy toy, this monkey, and I'm going to show you how you can do it with a monkey behind your back, or a towel, or a piece of clothing. It could be a sweatshirt, anything that you have nearby. Just go ahead and grab it like this, and that will give you more space. So take your feet wide, toes pointing forward, and on your inhale, open the chest, look up, and lift the arms away from your body, but bring the shoulders down, away from your ears. So it might not be a lot of movement, but we're looking for that action. Take another big breath here. And on your exhale, bend your knees, hinge the hips, and fold forward. Release your head, let it drop. And either you're holding your monkey or your hands are interlaced, either one. Lift the shoulders away from your ears. So instead of letting this happen, lift the shoulders away from the ears and let the head drop. And let your hips hinge so you can come in nice and deep. Take another big breath here. And on your next inhale, bend the knees and slowly come up and release the arms. Shake them out. All right, and now let's come back to the floor. And we'll use our foam roller now. Now, if you don't have the foam roller at home, but you have a water bottle, this is how we will use it. So we'll grab the water bottle and fold that blanket or towel, whatever you have at home. It all works. And you'll roll the bottle on that towel. And look, I made a nice strong burrito, and it's about the same width, if not wider, than the foam roller. So either one works. And if you want to still be very comfy, you can put a blanket or a towel on top of the foam roller, and that's going to make your life so much better. Because we're going to bring our back onto this foam roller. Now this is a short foam roller, so it's not going to be the full length of my torso. So I need to bring a pillow for my head. And look, I have a yoga block. So the yoga block can support my hips. So I can put the yoga block and the blanket on top. What's important is that you adjust with whatever elements you have at home to create a very comfortable surface for you. If you don't have a yoga block, you can stack some books here and then bring the blanket on top so there's no sharp edges. And I'm going to sit down on the bottom part, the block or the books. Make sure that my sacrum is resting flat on the book part, book or yoga block, and that the roll is right on my spine. And I need to make sure that my head and neck are supported. So I'm lifting the cushion like this to support my neck. And that feels very comfortable. Okay. So this is similar to where we were at the beginning, but now we're a little bit higher. So our shoulders can really open up here. So it might be very hard to reach the floor with your fingers. It's okay, we're gonna let them float. So keeping the elbows lifted, arms lifted. On your inhale, reach the arms up overhead. And with the exhale, bend the elbows so that they come out to your sides, and maybe let them drop a little bit with gravity. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, drop them down. Repeat 5 times. Very slow, no rush. Long breaths. Just let our arms open up and drop here out to the sides. Softening with the breath. Dropping. Allowing. Breathing into the heart and shining the light of loving compassion out into the world. Unconditionally. Take a deep breath, exhale through your mouth, and slowly roll over to your side to come out and off of this prop. And we'll take the foam roller out of the way, and also the yoga block can come out. You can open up your blanket or your towel on the floor, and come now to lay on your belly facing down. Make a pillow with your hands and take a few deep breaths into your back body, into the back of the heart. Expanding the ribs on the back side of your body. And now we'll make that even more obvious by opening our arms about, I want to say this would be parallel, shoulder width apart, so maybe 45 degrees wide on each side. And Bring the forehead down to the floor. Flip your toes so that the toe pads are on the floor, so the knees are slightly bent. And we'll use a lot of our core strength here to really feel the opening and expanding of the back of the ribs. So keeping the hips down on the floor, keeping your head neutral, facing down. Take a deep breath. And on your exhale, push your hands into the floor and lift your ribs away from the floor, looking down. Now, if you have to adjust, if that's really hard for you, bend your elbows a little bit, bringing your hands a little bit more back towards you. And try again. Deep breath. Exhale, lift the ribs away from the floor. Lift your belly button away from the floor. Keep the hips down. And look down at your belly button. And breathe into the back of the heart. You can keep your elbows down, or you can extend the arms and really round and lift the back body. And bring it back down. Shake your hips a little bit side to side. And now let's take one arm out to the side, left arm. Let's start with the left arm out to the left, straight out in a T position. Look to your right and bend the right elbow, bringing it up. So hand pressing down into the floor, right elbow up. Lift the right leg, bend the knee. Lift the hip and open up the hips, bringing your right foot down to the floor, right knee up. So we're opening up and rolling onto the left shoulder or the left chest. Breathe here. You can stay here, or another option is to open the right arm, bend the elbow and bring the fingers to slide right underneath your waist. Slowly bring it back to center. And let's change sides. So now taking the right arm out to the right. Bend the left elbow, pressing the left fingertips into the floor. Bend the left knee. Open up the hip. Bringing the knee up. Bringing the foot down to the floor. And opening up now the right chest, rolling on to the shoulder and opening up. Breathe here. Always in these moments of stillness, of breath, bringing our attention to all the sensations, bringing our attention to that subtle sensing of our inner state, of our inner being. And take another deep breath. To come out onto your belly, make a pillow with your hands, and take a few deep breaths here. Come up to your forearms. Take your hands a little bit wider than your shoulders. Take the shoulders back and down. Grab the floor with your fingertips and pull your heart forward. So it might not look like you're doing a lot, but it's about the action here. So don't let the head sink into the shoulders. Lift the head out of the shoulders, push the shoulders back, and grab the floor. Pull your heart forward. There's a lot of action, even though it doesn't look like a lot is happening. Put in here some effort to really pull the heart forward. And slowly release. Bring your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. If you are able to do this, great. Keep your fingers interlaced. Otherwise, reach out for your monkey friend or your sweatshirt, whatever you have nearby, and grab onto your monkey friend. Lift the shoulders, extend the arms, shoulders back and down, neck long. Lifting the crown of the head and shoulders back. And slowly release. And let's slowly come up. And we'll use our blanket now, or towel, and we'll make a roll. Nice big roll. If you don't have a blanket, you can use your yoga mat. So it can be your yoga mat or an extra yoga mat, and we're gonna make a roll just like this. And grab your cushions. The cushions will go under our knees. So this will be our final resting pose, where we'll come back to our heart radiating meditation. Slowly lay back, and the blanket, I'm going to show you where it's going to go. The blanket is going to come right under the shoulder blades. So when you lay down, the blanket is right under the armpits, right here. Okay, so if you're laying down, blanket is right there, next to the armpits. So the shoulders top of the shoulders come down to the floor. Not all the way, but towards the floor. So you're not feeling hunched, but you're feeling your chest really opening and expanding. Bend the elbows, open the palms, and just a few rotations here for our shoulders to loosen. Palms down, palms up. And then allowing the palms to rest up, or extending a little bit the arms where you're comfortable, where the shoulders can relax. And if you need to adjust anything, please feel free to make those adjustments so that you can really let go here. Make sure your neck is long and comfortable. If you need to bring a pillow under the head, that's okay. Finding your optimum position here. Now allow yourself to just melt down to the floor with each exhale. And focusing your attention on the heart space. Close your eyes and come back to the visualization of the heart expanding with the inhale and coming back to its center on the exhale. Radiating light of loving kindness with the inhale and returning to nurture our center on the exhale. Let go. If you need to come out at any moment, please do so. If you're still with us, go ahead and slide the blanket down a couple of inches to the middle of your back. Slowly slide the blanket lower. You can lift your hips and slide the blanket to your lumbar spine, your low back. Finally, bring the blanket under your sacrum. So lift the hips, bring it right under the hips. Relax your belly. Completely letting your spine be flat on the floor, keeping the cushions under the knees. We'll take a couple more minutes here to finish. You're welcome to stay here resting a little bit longer if you need to. Enjoying this time, enjoying this heart opening that we just created for ourselves. And hopefully remembering this capacity that we all have to open our heart unconditionally to all beings, whether we like them or not. We don't have to agree with everyone, but we can have loving compassion for them. And that is a very beautiful practice that you can develop throughout your life. So I hope, and I invite you to try this out on your day-to-day. Thank you very much for following, and I'll see you here soon Be well, keep moving. Ciao, ciao.